Good morning. So we have started lines and angles. We are dealing with lines and angles. In the last class, the basic things that involved in lines and angles we discussed. Now today, intersecting lines and intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Non-intersecting lines, intersecting and non-intersecting lines. So non-intersecting lines means parallel lines. Non-intersecting lines, it is called parallel lines. Non-intersecting means they don't intersect. For example, this line is there, this line is there. How these two lines are they intersecting? So they don't have any common point. They are called non-intersecting lines. Non-intersecting lines. This is the PQ. We can name it as PQ line. This is what? RS line. So do they have any common point? No common point. Common point means they should have a common point when they meet, when they intersect. When they intersect, they will have a common point. Here they are not intersecting. They are away from one another. These are called parallel lines. Non-intersecting line means the lines which do not have any common point. The lines which do not have any common point are called non-intersecting lines or parallel lines. So this PQ is parallel to the line PQ is parallel to line RS. These two lines are parallel to one another. Non-intersecting means the two lines are said to be non-intersecting, or two lines are said to be parallel. If they don't have any common point, they are called parallel lines or non-intersecting lines. Okay, next one, intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. What are intersecting lines? Intersecting line, for example, this line is there. PQ line, this is RS line. So PQ, RS. These two lines are intersecting at O. They have a common point. What are the common point? What is the common point of both the lines? PQ line and RS line. PQ line, RS line are intersecting at O. O is the common to both the lines. So these two lines having the common point. That is why they are called intersecting lines. Intersecting line means the two lines have a common point. They are called intersecting line. Intersecting means just like this into. They are meeting at some point. So the lines which have a common point are called intersecting lines. The lines which do not have a common point are called parallel lines. Parallel lines never meet. Intersecting lines only meet at the point. So these are the intersecting and non-intersecting lines. I hope you clearly understood, children. Next one is concurrent lines. What are concurrent lines? Concurrent line means if two or more lines intersect at a point. Concurrent lines. This line, these two lines, one more line. So these are meeting at one point, one junction. All these lines are meeting at one point. So the two or more lines intersect at a point. They are called concurrent lines. What are concurrent lines? Two or more lines have the common point. The lines which have common point. What lines here? How many lines are there? One or two or three? More than two lines. Two or more than two lines have the same common point. They are called concurrent lines. What do you call? Concurrent lines. So next, pair of angles. Pair means you know that two. Pair means pair, two, pair of angles. Pair of angles. Pair of angles. Angle 1, angle 2, pair of angles. Angle A, angle B, pair of angles. Angle C, angle D, pair of angles. Pair means two angles. In this pair of angles, let us discuss about complementary angles. Complementary angles. What are complementary angles? For example, this line is there, this line is there. Sum of these two angles, sum of these two angles is 90 degrees, angle 1 plus angle 2. Angle 1 plus angle 2, pair. Pair means two angles. Sum of the two angles is 90 degrees. They are called complementary angles. What are complementary angles? If the sum of two angles is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. The sum of two angles, suppose let angle A and angle B, pair of angles. Sum of them, angle A plus angle B equal to 90 degrees, then AB are called complementary angles. I hope you understood about the complementary angles. Complementary means sum of the angle is x degrees, its complement is what? X minus 90. Yes? 90 minus x. So complementary means what? The sum of the two angles is 90 degrees. They are called complementary angles. What is complement of angle A? Complement of angle A is 90 minus angle B. Complement of angle B is what? 90 minus angle A. The sum of the two angles is 90 degrees. They are called complementary angles. Complementary angle of theta is what? 90 minus theta. If you add 90 minus theta and plus theta, you will get 90 degrees. If the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. So, x is the complement. Complement of 20 degrees is what? Complement of 20 is 70. Complement of 70 is 20. Complement of 30 is 60. Complement of 60 is 30. Complement of 50 is 40. Complement of 40 is 50. Why means if the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. Complement of x degrees. Complement of complement of x is equal to how much? 90 minus x. Complement of y is equal 90 minus y. Complement of 30 degrees is equal 90 minus 30. 90 minus 30 60. Complement of 40 degrees is equal 90 minus 40 50 degrees, like that. So complementary angles means if the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. Next, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. If the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, for example, supplementary if the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, angle A plus angle B equal to 180 degrees, they are called supplementary angles. The supplement of angle A is equal to 180 minus B. Complement of angle B equal to 180 minus angle A, like this. So, sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, they are called supplementary angles. Supplementary of 20 degrees, how much? Supplement of 20. Supplement of 20. Supplement of 20 degrees is equal to 160 degrees. 160 plus 20, 180. Supplement of 40 degrees equal to 140 degrees. 140 plus 40, 180. Supplementary of 110 degrees, 70 degrees. 70 plus 110, 180 degrees. If the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, they are called supplementary angles. Supplement of x degrees, how much? 180 minus x. If we add both, x plus 180 minus x plus x cancel, 180 degrees. If the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, they are called supplementary angles. So, supplementary of y degrees. Supplementary of y degrees is how much? 180 minus y. Supplementary of theta is 180 minus theta. So, how you get supplementary from total? If you want supplement of 20, 180 minus 20 subtract. 180 minus 20 how much? 160. So, supplement of 20 is 160. Supplementary of 110 how much? 180 minus 110 how much? 70. The supplement of 110 degrees is what? 70 degrees. So, we conclude that the sum of two angles is 180 degrees. They are called supplementary angles. I hope you understood, children. Next, let us go for adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. In the previous class also, we discussed about adjacent angles. Adjacent angles means the angles which are situated by side. They are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. So this is ray. This is ray. This is also ray. The vertex is O. This is OA ray. This is OB ray. This is OC. The total angle is what here? Total angle is AOC or COA. The whole angle, the total angle is AOC. In this AOC, there are two parts are there. AOB is there, BOC is there. COB or BOE. These are the two parts. This is angle 1. This is angle 1. This is angle 2. The total angle is 3. Total angle 3 is equal to what? Angle 1 plus angle 2. Angle 3, this is angle 3, this is angle 3. Total angle is what? AOC. Angle 3 means AOC. Is equal to angle 1. Angle 1 is what? COB. Angle 2 is what? BOA. So, the sum of angle 1 and angle 2 gives angle 3. Angle 3 is the whole angle. So, angle AOC is equal to angle AOC is equal to AOB plus BOC or COB or BOE. You can say that AOB or BOE, COB or BOC you can say. So these are the adjacent angles. Adjacent of angle BOC is what? BOA. The adjacent angles will have the same vertex. The angles which have the same vertex. BOC angle vertex O. BOA angle vertex O. Common arc is OB. OB is the common for both angles. So, OB is the common. When you say about COB, angle COB is there. Next, BOE or AOB. In this, which is the common? OB is the common. And common arc and common vertex. So, the angles which are either side of the common arc. What is the common arc here? OB is the common arc. OB common arc angle situated what here? This side is OB, one side angle is angle 1. The other side of OB is angle 2. These are called adjacent angles. Adjacent means the angles which situated by side. They are called adjacent angles. So, angle BOC adjacent angle is what? BOA. Angle 1 adjacent is angle 2. Angle 2 adjacent is angle 1. So, these are called adjacent angles. So, the angles arranged and either side. The angles arranged either side of the common ray, common R are called adjacent angles. Children, I hope you understood very clearly about the adjacent angles. Adjacent angles means the angles that are arranged either side of the common ray or common R are called adjacent angles. Next, linear pair. So you understood very well about adjacent angles. When you understand the adjacent angles, easily you can say the linear pair or linear angles. For example, this is ray, this is a straight line. On one straight line, one ray is turning on the straight line. Turning on the straight line. This is A, O, B. Okay. So this AB straight line. On the straight line, one ray is turning. OC is turning. Okay. Like this, I drew this AB straight line. This is what? AB straight line. On the straight line, one ray is turning. This ray is what? OC. Where is OC ray? The OC ray is turning on the straight line AB. So the angles either side of this ray are adjacent angles. Adjacent angle 1, angle 2, adjacent angles. If the sum of them equal to 180 degrees, it is called a linear pair. Linear pair. So the ray is standing on the straight line. When ray is standing on the straight line is AB here. OC is the ray. Where is OC ray standing? The OC ray is standing on AB straight line. So the angles that are arranged either side of this ray are called adjacent angles. If the sum of them equal to 180 degrees, then it is called linear pair. What do you call? Linear pair. Linear pair means the sum of the adjacent angles is 180 degrees. It is called linear pair. If the sum of the adjacent angles is 180 degrees, it is called linear pair. What is the linear pair here? Angle AOC plus angle COB. Angle AOC plus angle COB equal to 180 degrees. 180 means linear pair. Linear pair means if the sum of the adjacent angles is 180 degrees, it is called linear pair. L pair. L pair means linear pair. If the sum of the two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, it is called linear pair. So this is a linear angle. If a ray is standing on the straight line, then the sum of the two adjacent angles is 180 degrees. It is called linear pair. Linear pair angium also you can say this. Linear pair angium. Next, angles at a point. Angles at a point. See, around these angles formed here, all angles. The center, like this. So the angles consisted around this dot, around the circle. The angles composed around this O, 360 degrees, around a point. The angles around a point is called 360 degrees. Then it is called what do you call? Complete angle. What do you call? Complete angle. Already we discussed in the last class. Complete angle means the angles around the point. The angles, when you just put the dot, it is 360 degrees. When you draw the circle, around the circle is angles 360 degrees. Around a point means 360 degrees. So this is an angle at a point. The sum of all angles around the point. The sum of all angles around a point is 360 degrees. It is angles at a point. So at a point means how many angles you can find out? 360 degrees. When you put the dot, it is 360. Why it is 360 means it is complete angle. It has completed one rotation. Completed one rotation. So sum of the angles around a point how many degrees? 360 degrees. Sum of the angles around a point. Some of the angles around a point are called some of the angles around a point 360 degrees. Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles now. Vertically opposite angles. Last one. Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. So when the two lines intersecting, these are intersecting lines. These two are intersecting lines. This is P, Q. This is RS. These lines are intersecting at point O. At point O. So these are vertically angles. Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles what? POS, POS, POS and ROS. POS. They don't have any common point. They have only common point. So common vertex with non-common arm. So no arm is common here for both. Angle POS equal to ROA. POS equal to ROQ. This is no common here. No common arm. So the two lines, how the vertical angle is formed here? When the two lines intersect, when the two lines PQ and RS intersect at point O, the vertical angles are formed here. What are the vertical opposite angles here? POQ. POS. Angle POS equal to angle ROQ. Angle ROQ. And also this is also another pair of vertical opposite angles. Angle POR. Angle POR is equal to angle SOQ. Angle. These are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are equal. What are vertically opposite angles? When the two lines intersect, vertically opposite angles are formed. They will have only a common point with non-common arms. With non-common, no common arm here, no common way, no common. See in POS, ROQ, any common is there. PO, RO, OS, OQ, different like this. So no common. Here is common is there. For example, this is A, O, B, C. What is the common here? OC is the common. AOC, BOC. When you read this, angle AOC. When you read this, BOC. BOC. What is the common? OC is the common. OC is the common. Here no common way here. So the angles that are obtained with the common point and non-common arms are called vertically opposite angles. What are the vertical opposite angles here? POS is equal to ROQ. POR equal to vertical you see like this. Vertical you see side by side. POR is equal to SOQ. POS equal to ROQ. So these are vertically opposite angles, children. So today we have discussed intersecting lines, parallel lines, and intersecting lines, and concurrent lines, and pair of angles, complementary and supplementary angles, and adjacent angles, and linear pair, linear angle, and also angles at a point. The sum of the angles around a point is 360 degrees. Vertically opposite angles means they have only common point and no common R. Such angles are called vertically opposite angles. So the remaining angles we will see in the next class. I hope you understood, children. You go through the textbook, lines and angles, so that you can understand the concept. Okay, we will see the rest of the things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.